go through just based on how well the Union have played. But we started off here in the missile round. I think the guard will need a strong attack here just to kick it off.
We see that Sage wall from raafa that's going to be real dangerous as this game goes on. But now the gun battle goes in already for the guard as the two players over towards B. They're just trying to take in some attention here from the Union. They're about to be successful. It's 4 people on this B side.
The last 2 times Guard have ever played Fracture, they've done very heavy approaches to this B side. And that's what Union were anticipating. They walled off Tree and pushed towards Arcade.
Valen goes up. Pank spraying away, but not able to get anything. This should be finally the safe spike plant, but it has to be safe. Union, a 2-man advantage right now. 2 smokes being utilized. Valen still has a single smoke to use, and he actually pulls it up early. Net bursts in to at least cut down the retake, but Pank comes in, takes down Valen. You still have Tex alongside Net. Tex finally gets taken out by an aftershock. This was looking impossible from the very beginning here for the guard. And indeed, at the end, it's just a bit too far out of their reach.
The piss around already. You're
away. There's still a trip right behind him, but again, there's nothing actually detecting if Askia can actually go out. But Trent does call it out. Good eye on Trent, but Gu. The important interaction over towards a dish ends up getting taken down, but this is now
one of the top site anchors here. It's got a lot to deal with.
Oh, and he gets taken down immediately. Too much on his plate, and he spills just a little bit as now the Union. They now face bit of a difficult task here. Still have quite a bit of util to actually get back into this and actually trying to make a lane early over in Gen. There's already a smoke in their face though.
It'd be hard to crack this defensive setup for the guard in this post plan. It just feels like Union might be looking for exits here.
Has to be, but again, Union, they're still inching forward, trying to see what space they can actually get. NTK finally stepping up into tower. But little did he know, Valen. His steps up the ropes were just a fake.
Right down for now. Askia on a pretty deep flank. He's avoided the trap wire, but he has been spotted by the cam.
But surely they heard the alarm bot, or excuse me, the boom bot. Net still steps into the interaction, and now it's become quite a difficult scenario. Here comes Trent going through, running into the smoke, actually getting another kill. But he finally goes down. Tex now in a 1v2, 5 HP. There's no way.
Wow.
That Net has a chance here, and indeed he doesn't. NTK closes it.
They're getting the orb here. It looks like for johnqt, possibly, maybe Valen. It's one of the 2.
Here we go. It's going to be Net alongside Tex to try to take on the lurk. Gu backs out with a kill. That's all you could really ask.
Setting util.
They're making their same approach over towards A now, but raafa, they don't know about raafa,
Well, punish.
A couple of bullets got banged out by the Prowler. Here comes Pank. Pank around the corner, getting called out. An aftershock in his direction, but a rolling thunder. This is certainly helping out, but the aftershock, well done by johnqt. Calling out the position of Pank. NTK is here. Right after the rolling thunder, Gu actually takes one back. This is starting to become a bit possible here for the Union. But that's a perfect isolation off of the orbital strike. It forces NTK to move. And
the Union, we are seeing a switch up from the Net.
Oh my goodness, everyone from the guard potentially getting funneled here. That early stun holding him off just a little bit now. Tex trying to make things a bit difficult here for the Union with the showstopper as he's able to actually isolate one. In terms of NTK, still 3 players here for the Union, the guard, everyone committing to this B take.
And everyone here on the Union as well. That wall going up towards A main is going to allow raafa to make a rotate if he wants, and they just jump into Pank.
They just run through everyone else from the Union. Gu still fights that Net. Ends up finding Gu on his lonesome. And that pretty much calls off the entire round there for Union.
As guard pick up their 3rd in a row. Trent is set up. Yeah, and you can see the ping on the map as well. They're actually waiting. This is a little bit different. Normally this is a fast exec.
They just chill, exactly. They just get the first pick. Essentially forcing Union to make the reaction, to show their reaction fully and decide. However, 2 players over in Dish can really make things volatile. Here for the guard, there goes a little bit of util to at least take johnqt out of sight. The 1 cage allows some breathing space, but here comes Pank from up top, taking down Valen. 3 players wrapped up in sight. It's all gonna be on Net. Net is still over towards main at the moment. He's gonna be isolated as Askia cuts things down by 2. Tex does the same!
Are you kidding me?
And it's all Tex, basically 3 kills, all in his own, and now it's Net, who has the trap. He has Pank. He's spraying away.
You have to
no
spray.
way! Pank holds on to the defuse, and Net.
Fatal is to force him into a rolling thunder from johnqt towards the top of Dish to see if we can push them back into these players.
It goes a little wide, and Gu over and stands is able to take down both Net and Valen. There's still another player to deal with in terms of Trent. And exactly that Union made his way into tower. It's going to be raafa in front of him. But raafa, he's just slow orbing. He's just trying to combo this. And the stun is beautiful. But an even better shot coming up from Tex. The rotation.
Play in towards tower. Even though Tex gets control, they still pick the other way here, and it's just Askia.
Askia with a safe peek. He can bounce in and nade to try to make a little bit more damage. That's an insane pick from Askia, and everyone is still held off over towards Dish.
25 seconds left as well. They have to get it to side. Pank is just spraying through his cage. He's so good there.
Can he do it again? Net behind the box going down to 77, but he's still alive. 3v3. But again, it is only Net here on site, and he's getting chipped down. 25 HP. Pank! Trying to escape, but he fades away with a kill onto johnqt. Net again, 25 HP, still looking to hold this back. Here comes the swing. He's in an off angle. He's just looking for the one pick. And DZ finds it. Almost a second. Nade comes in from Tex. Tex, he might know about Pank. He's still waiting for the peek potentially from Pank. Tex does not have this angle. He needs to push in. And very safe from Pank. Holding. The Carter got run into raafa first in the revive. That's gone immediately. Pank, he's also going to have the first contact.
This guy's been so good with his shots, just playing long range and finding crucial kills and recovering his team to 4v4s.
When it comes to this man holding an angle and just getting the one headshot, he's probably the best at doing so. Valen needed to run away from the orbital strike. Orbital strike going to cover up Jenny just to try to get this plant down.
I know exactly.
There's still two. Over towards elbow that this team is worrying about at the moment. There's a lot of util coming in from the guard to try to cover up spawn. Askia out of nowhere picking up a kill onto Valen. Valen in the middle of sight going down immediately. johnqt! johnqt getting found out, but he still gets a kill. Askia though with a showstopper comes in flying, and now it's Net. Net picks up the first. Askia in a one-on-one against Net, and Net closes it out.
The two best teams are neck and neck.
Here comes a big push coming up from Union in two different directions. Pank coming out, taking down Tex. It was Askia alongside him. Pank looking for yet another trade. This is so dangerous here for Pank. What do they have over towards A? He just can't do this.
A crunch in the back.
And DK right behind him helping out. There goes Pank once again. But like you said, Crunch coming in from the back. Pank needs to watch his back. He does have a teammate though. Raafa comes in, does take down Valen for the trade. Here comes Union, two players in main. The rap for rap. Union comes up through spawn. The guard comes. Four players surrounding this. Plenty of util to go. There goes the first prowler just to get the info, just to slow them down. Askia gets slowed. johnqt picks up the kill on Goon. They still haven't made their way out. Trent around. No way, Trent. There's no way he gets more than one there. 8 HP left, and everyone else going down in an instant for Union.
As well.
Yeah, they're setting up Net on the other side just for a bit of insurance, but
expecting
Net,
it.
Tex going all the way down. Askia still going in, going down too, but hello. And TK, he's the only one here. Almost the spike gets dropped. It was almost a disaster for the Union. The guard almost getting exactly what. Does actually now have an angle that nobody's watching.
The cam got spotted, it looks like.
They're at least calling it out. There goes Raafa. Raafa getting wrapped on at the moment, but watch out for the man in tower. It is Pank from above, knocking down one, but Net actually finds a big kill onto NTK. This is still a very possible retake coming in from the guard. They just need this arcade interaction to actually go right. Pank getting wrapped on as Trent gets a kill onto Raafa. It's all Pank in a 1v1 against Trent. Trent knocking him down all the way to 42 HP. But Pank still has the control, still has the space, still has the timing. Trent holding on. Pank doesn't even have a gun out, and Trent now has the control. Trent now has it down to half. Pank playing with him, going in for the shoulder peek, and Trent! He's done it!
That time!
A good nightfall. Could potentially hold some players here, but at least gets a whole lot of information. Same thing with a Decay. Decay still in. Askia finally making his way into sight. And this smoke is just going to last forever here in Dish. These players can't actually make a spray.
Once again, this is where Union are powerful. In their post plants, you cannot give them time to set up like this.
Oh, Raafa got caught. And now he goes down. 4v4 coming back. But Askia with a swift trade picking up two. And it's all now down to johnqt and Net. Net picks up the one. You still have johnqt inching his way into sight. Actually flashes the player. But Pank, even while off of the orbital, but again, it's the guard that have the advantage. They can react with an orbital themselves. Here comes MTK with the step up. Will they even need the orbital? All they need is Tex. Tex snags down far, and he's looking for the showstopper.
For what their buy is going to be. But for now,
Instead, they go back into sight, and the orbital cuts off the actual take from the Union. Good pick coming in from Askia, but this is still control here from the guard.
spraying through that orbital strike and finding that kill into johnqt is massive. You don't have that delay util anymore.
Net getting caught out. Aftershock right in his way, but oh, okay. He's trying to be a bit cheeky here, trying to lay down the mesh. But nobody falling down. Pank still waiting for his opportunity. You still have Tex actually pulling up a kill, and Net actually finally pops with an angle onto Pank. Pank just not ready for it. Orbital strike comes in with the Rolling Thunder at the same time. Union trying to clamp down onto the guard in the middle of their own spawn, but they're just not able to do so. Valen coming in through spawn takes down one, but the Union, they bring back an even man advantage. 3v3 off the revive. 2 players from the guard coming in from main at the moment. 2 players from the Union on site, and one of them isn't showing themselves at the moment. Askia jumping down. He's going to be the mobile one. He's going to be the one to show the first look if anyone from the guard actually comes out. But no, the Union are just getting pitched down. There goes Tex. There goes Trev with the frags. And now it is just Gu 1v2. And he can't get any of them. The guard now 1 away.
How good do guard look in that round and in that retake? Early ult over towards B, establishing that B main control.
To be the reaction here. How is Trent going to use his Nightfall?
I think he'll use his Nightfall to get deep in towards A main here.
Oh, they use it straight over towards Dish. Like I said, Tex, the X Factor, but he's only able to get one. And johnqt, the last man remaining in a 1v1 against raafa on site. It's down and out for the count, and now Valen and Net, very different angles. One over towards Dish, one over towards main.
That's damage, though. You got to keep players alive here, Union.
They still have a long road to go before they end up making.
Very costly to lose an extra gun here. They don't really have the cash to work with, unfortunately. And you have to keep these players alive. That's also just ult charges as well, going the way of the guard.
This might be a full 5v5 retake.
And this time, the guard don't have that space control that allows them to get into these retakes. They're very well coordinated, but they don't have any advantages outside of that coordination. And up against a team like the Union, you're giving time to them. They've just gotten one, though. That could be a huge lead-in.
Here.
That wall again, that could just chip down the numbers with a bit of an off
Nade!
angle.
Look at that combo!
Oh, the nade goes in and it banks Gu! Still a lot more to do here for the guard as the kills do go their way. raafa picking up 1, NTK picking up 2 more. Tex, no! No way!
Tex!
No, he just finds himself in the perfect position to take down 1. And now it is Askia and a 1v1 against johnqt. And Askia disregard everything I've ever said against Tex. Tex all the way out in the open, uses the satchel to get out, but what is this combo? The op could still get more.
It's a great way to punish him.
Yeah, the Union funnel him out. Squeender doesn't go in his direction. What can Net do here? Net pulls down 1, pulls up the cam, and runs away. This might be incredibly safe here from Net.
And look at this, he's maintained arcane control as well. This is going to be a very difficult post plant if they can even get the spike down.
Pank rolling around, johnqt going down.
Sees him.
Pank going absolutely off, getting a second Valen and Net now. The last 2 to go, and NTK with a snipe down on Net. Leaves it all now on Valen. A 1v4 now. See what now the captain could try to pull off as now NTK has the first angle, but it's actually raw.
Rotations. It's a little bit harder here than it is on Haven, but he's trying to make it work by isolating the 4 lanes.
johnqt with a stun, and it's going to be Askia all the way out in the open, picking down on 2. A flash in his face, but nobody peeks out with it. But they're still going. They're still trying to peek in. Askia's getting a couple more with a showstopper in his hand.
Don't know how good he is here, though, because he's got 3 players coming the other way.
Playoff. No way. The playoffs call onto Jonah, and he just...
And this is where Union have been good. They're going to try and bait a repeat from Tex as he gets caught off guard. No, he doesn't.
No, Tex runs away, too. He's disciplined. Misses out on the nade, but all good. He's back into a good position. NTK trying to burst out of Sands, but he actually backs out immediately over into the A take. There needs to be some smokes here. There's no coverage here for the Union. NTK picking up the kill onto Tex. And still the Union actually have full A control.
And look already, the guard are ready to retake in towards Sands.
No, johnqt goes out immediately. It was alongside the flash, and Trent takes away Gu. The speed, the hustle from the guard.
They're fighting game A. This is where Union play their post plants, and they're fighting here.
NTK and Askia funneled at the moment. They're both over towards A main. Nobody covering sight. Nobody with any way to burst back into sight. NTK does have an aftershock. He may get a rolling thunder if he could get some kills going. But johnqt shuts down the drama.
And there's a great bait there from the guard, baiting a peek out over towards Sands where net is fully...
Tex trying to at least get some information going in with the play over towards tower, but
It's a different map and not his domain.
they've reset all the way here. Cut noise. They have no idea where they're coming from. The Union are now down to 3 on this side. This is possible here for the guard. Askia holding things back again, though. But it is Gu to hold down 2, and Askia does the same. A Zenny flawless as the natural in. Tax is in that same exact position that we saw him before. Do they call him out? But the guard finally come up big in their Sands hold. Double coming up from johnqt alongside Trent. And Trent continues to stomp away. 2 kills as the players from the Union inch their way out into sight. And now it's all on raafa. And Rafa's done for. He's boxed completely. 20 seconds left. 3 players on. The Sand's opening, but again, everyone backing up.
NTK's gonna fall out in a nade, regardless of what happens here.
Yeah, Askia's gonna be ready. There goes the nade. There goes Gu, and there goes Askia. Askia, Raafa, everyone holding it down. That's on the other side of the map. 2 more players here for the guard trying to bring it back. There's still actually a little bit of a chance. Trent getting fully flashed. 7 seconds left. 6 seconds left to trying to get the plant down, but it's not going to happen. NTK shuts down the last 2.
Have to know that this is going to be a B hit, and how fast is this flank? Gu is kind of privy to that flank happening, but can he punish these 3? He's got no support.
There's an incredible angle for Gu. What can he pull off here? Gu pulls up with 2. Needs another one to really make this round happen. But Tex and Balin give themselves a chance. But Raafa, 1v3. Tex, double satchel. He gets the kills here, and he might... Oh, wait a minute. And he might have the showstopper. Still 3 more targets to go off of the revive. But Tex...
There's just not enough time, I don't think.
Yet another miraculous ending to a bit of an interaction. Tex, like you said, not too much of a chance. He's still going to burst in. Doesn't clear Askia's core. Players who were playing Contact and Cat have backed up immediately. They've left Pank here on his own. He's been isolated already. Here comes the swing out from the rest of the Union in heaven. Pank able to finally pick one away, but his 2 teammates have both gone down right in front of him, and NTK and Askia. The last 2 remaining to try to make this retake happen.
And they don't have any util to work with either. NTK's hopping in, what he can find, leaving it out just onto the man Askia, who honestly had a slow start on Fracture, started to come alive when his team needed it. He's got a sheriff here. There's not damage that can be done because it is just a pistol, but some kills to get towards the Bladestorm would certainly be really, really nice here. If he can get that online early, I wonder if we're going to see some explosive plays from the Union. Again, this isn't a map that they play, and they haven't changed their composition in over a year. So I wonder if they've actually made any changes whatsoever.
Going to heaven, it gives him time to get into heaven.
Askia's looking for any rotates from Cat as well here. Valorant with a lurk, but Pank up top. Union are looking to maintain backside control.
It's working out for now, but johnqt can burst open the 2, but he wasn't able to do so, and the Aries of Trent not able to get their target in heaven. And Net, Manu had to make his own little mecha over from the other side of the map. Ends up running into NTK. Plugged away into B main right now, but you still have johnqt coming all the way from the other side. Askia able to pick down the 1, but here comes johnqt picking down the retake of the Union and essentially halting it completely. The Union, they've lost their minds. They have no idea what they're doing here in terms of the B retake. They can't do anything.
You can't go for this. You just have to clear out johnqt, and that's so much time bought off. johnqt, and look at the way the guard played it. They isolated, and that's the one that decides this round. He loses his life. The guard in this mid-round decision. Can Tex sell a fake? He sold 1 so far, and it looks like it's pulled Askia off this angle, but still anticipating players to come this way. He's going to tuck in and play off the turret.
And he still has the dash. Askia. Here comes the Eldrone playing around the corner. He gets detected, and he still goes down to the spray of Trent. What a spray from Trent. Still had recon, but Pank, he just throws out one last effort all the way out in the open, and he gets taken down by Valen, the guard.
And Union are a team that will always look to maintain, fight for backside control, and that's why you saw nice things done here from the guard. Union will more than likely be forced to adapt.
Spread themselves out. They're going over towards Cat, but they're already making their move. There goes the smoke up. Paranoia in their face. It's going to delay them just that little bit more, but that nade is even better. Nobody can peek out. Now they can fight Pank. Pank goes down to the trade of Trent, but you still have a couple players from the Union over in heaven, and it's Gu with the firing range who picks down 2. Trent and Net now the last 2. Askia dashing away.
And him finding those 2 kills maintains a pretty quick retake here. The guard can't get the spike down confidently because they don't know what space is left over here. And look at this awkward plant spot.
Spike planted.
Trent is still gonna be safe, but this, oh, they didn't spot Net! Net!
Are you kidding?
Just bursts through, and he takes down 2 with a shock. Askia in a 1v2, but he's given himself a chance. The 1 bullet kill potential is there. 1 angle for Askia. Now 1 more to go. Trent, Askia, the 2 young guns. No! Askia sees the full. Oh, Union. With the guns, with the rifles.
Punishing. Yeah, expecting that.
We're just breaking apart this aggressive look from the Union at the moment. Union needing to retreat from it. He's now Askia. He's getting pressured out even further.
I like that. Oh my God, what? Trent. He always finds something. I mean, yeah, maybe the hunting story is to, you know, like, hey, like, we don't need this in the next round. You will use it here.
There's a layer of like rivalry building that the guard were trying to do before the game, but things have been.
You were like, no, we don't. This it may be a rivalry for them, but you were like, nah, we just care about winning.
Exactly. The Union though.
Oh, but look at that smoke that's just been dropped. They're gonna fake a full game main hit.
raafa with the nade up. Here comes the rest of the squad. raafa could actually have a lot more here. NTK right next to him, and Gu even getting the kill over an A. This is falling apart for the guard as they need to back out, and they're backing out right into the jaws of the beast potentially. Askia with the backing out into B, but raafa with a couple of bullets through the smoke, raining in onto Tex. Net taking away raafa. The rest of the guard actually looking to fight. Spawn here, Pank. Hearing the footsteps, but not peeking out. The guard, they do inch their way back over towards the mid side, and they might just get sandwiched.
30 seconds left.
It's NTK from the middle of Cat, and he's gone. The guard now 1 away, essentially, from bringing this back to an even scenario. But Gu calls out Valen. Not exactly done just yet, though. 1v3 for Net. It's looking unlikely. And no. Pank. What?
10 seconds left.
Pank? Not getting the kill, scrambling a little bit. Net getting the plan. Askia from above. Can he get the headshot? Net, there's no way he does this. Gu trying to find the angle. And he does. Guard did not run into the op last round, but they have still readjusted it. Aggressive over towards A main. The guard heading up into B, and it's Pank. Pank clearing up 2, and there's still another one right from behind the smoke. Net almost able to find raafa. But instead, raafa now has a second chance. And raafa takes him down, but this is good for the guard.
Utah's not going to be really mattered here despite this happening.
Trent spraying away into the smoke.
Are you kidding?
Valen got the kill. Gu now in a 1v2. Oh, he almost baited out. Trent, that was almost essentially onto the guard just to give themselves a chance. Gu almost finding a slick headshot through the smoke, but Trent still takes him away. One more player right behind him. It's raafa, who can't do anything.
I don't mind that kind of play from Union. It's just, it doesn't feel like the right time to do it. Like, you'll jet dash towards that wall and have an Omen TP, but that you need to do that earlier in the round.
Yeah, just unorganized, just throwing caution out in the wind, basically. Not too organized of a look. But Union, they're still trying. They actually put down the lockdown.
This is crazy.
And the
risk.
plan still goes in. It's working kinda. There's gonna be a man. Oh, there you go, detained. But Trent picks up a player before he goes down. That was very valiant from Trent.
They don't have to force anything. Don't have to take any peeks. The guard will pick it up. I think it's huge though that Trent is able.
Sure, over towards the B main area. Pank, this is gonna be his first time in a while actually facing an early round scenario, and he gets shut down without even seeing anyone. Gets shut down through the smoke. johnqt with a spray. NTK doing the same. NTK doing a bit of magic, but he's actually caught the revivable johnqt. But there goes Askia with a kill over towards mid. raafa almost with a massive kill onto Net, but Net's still alive, now dancing in a 1v1. Everyone else from Union setting themselves up. They still have a Hunter's Fury to use. Askia forcing out the knives to try to force out Net. Now everyone else needing to go back. johnqt, Valen, Tex still alive and still on site. No, excuse me. 2 players backing out. Tex was backing out towards main, but maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know about Valen. johnqt in spawn. They don't expect johnqt. They don't expect Valen. There goes the picks. The guard, the unpredictability gives them the 3 free frags. And it's all hope for the pistol. All important pistol round, as we say. The Trent Alongside two others here in the middle of B here to try to cover things up. And Nets goes right down Askia. And Valen still trying to hold it back, but it's the party of trades. 3 for 3 going back for each side. Trent and Tex versus raafa and Gu.
This is a huge 2v2 you have to win. You lose this map if you lose this round.
Gu feeling the pressure as he's stepping up with the first contact. Tex shows a foot, but Tex with the first round sheriff cuts his head, and now raafa, this is such a dangerous position, but they split it. Tex dashes right by him, and Trent finishes off the war.
And that might have just closed out the map. Guard fighting heavy on that B site.
Team
Net
A.
ready for an explosive dash.
Aggressive look.
They're split apart though for now.
May not see this a little bit later in this attack half, but Askia pulls up to the front side. The plant will go down.
A triple.
Paranoia, Valen stepping up. Everyone has been squeezed into this site for the Union. All 4 are here out in the open, looking to battle with the Stingers. The Stingers could really work out here, but Tex just breaks through. Net getting the kill, Trent getting 2 more. It's a symphony of frags for the Guard as they're 1 away from actually putting in the very first map 3 of Ascension.
Systematic from the Guard.
The Guard, the one sitting pretty at the moment, Net making them feel it.
They do detect the mid aggression here, so that spurs them into the exec.
Net getting squeezed, but there it goes now. Big play now from Pank.
Not ready.
And he faces on 2, 3. Right in front of him, Tex comes up from above. Out of nowhere, Union. And now been dwindled down to 2. NTK, Gu, trying to hold this all back against 3. Tex, alongside one more, going to be going into the heaven side. They do have the info. They don't know about the third one just yet. NTK, this is... Ooh, a deep shock. Didn't exactly expect that to hit as well as it did, but people do go down here for the Guard.
That could be big here. I mean, look at the guns.
Paranoia. Oh, that reaction from Gu is insane. Now it's a 2v2. Gu still alive and dancing. 20 HP left on Gu, but the shock dart doesn't kill him, but Trent does. NTK has his chance, but Valen closes it out.
Pretty deep in towards A right now. This is a quick reaction from them.
The Union aren't going to have really anything to try to hold this down. Gu just tries to really get any sort of credit off of the first burst, but can't get anything. NTK is here to try to maybe chip away at this. He's trying to look for just a pick and try to back away. Very safe from NTK. Still very dangerous. There still could have been the isolation there from the Guard. Now the rotation has gone down. Pretty much everyone coming from different directions here for the Union. Tex, Net, Jonah P, all collecting frags at the same time for the Guard. As now NTK left now in a 1v4 with it all to do. The recon not finding anything. He still has the owl, but no way he's going to be in a good position to actually utilize it. He's actually found 3 pieces of contact here. He knows pretty much exactly where everyone is, but the Guard have his number. He's still down low in terms of HP, and the bullets are still there. Looking like stormtroopers at the moment, though, not hitting a single thing.
Gu loves to fight these early A-main duels. And look at the count of the Guard abroad.
Oh, wow.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, we've seen this story time and time again for the Union. They push A-main so aggressively, this team. Gu is always the spearhead for it, and the Guard call it out the very first gun round.
Read like a book here. Valen making this brilliant call.
It's going to be the only 2 that they're going to get going.
Yep. Where they would manipulate the map and they would force these kinds of re-swings from Union.
There's nothing here in terms of trying to take on the Guard, in terms of trying to give them a welcome mat. But oh my goodness, raafa, a nasty surprise as he picks up 2 kills out of nowhere, make it a 3rd, almost a 4th. But now Askia is given a golden chance in a 1v1 against Valen. Valen, was he spotted? I think he was. Askia saw his back and now has isolated the angle. Valen doesn't know that Askia knows, but Askia pulling up the angle, pulls up the frag, and the Union, they've given themselves the Guard are making their sprint all the way over towards B. Again, Pank, Askia needing to rush towards the back. There goes Tex with the updraft, but nobody is out in the open. Union are just holding down the back of sight. 20 seconds left. The Guard, they need to peek into them. They need to swing into them. But Askia gets taken down by Net, and Pank isn't fast enough on the reaction. Great stuff from the Guard. It was getting pretty close. There goes the shocks. Gu. Oh, Gu had the exit. And Jonah P still finds the kill. Jonah P doing his job and pretty much leaving the Guard
drop any grab wells, any stuns. There was no flash, no
Cover things up. Trent just going for the 1v1. A little overheat too, but it's against a classic. All good. He escapes.
Spike planted.
The raafa actually comes up from behind. There's two players coming up from that mid side, being able to pinch down Net. If he takes away this space, the retake for Union is going to be basically impossible. It's two players coming in for the mid side, and there goes Net. A pivotal angle to take up, and Valen shocks raafa. At the same time, you can even see the face of disappointment on Rafa's face. NTK needs to run away.
To the way that Ascent went. Typically pushes A main. We don't see him in this position all that often.
We saw Pank here earlier. The guard ready for the peak anyways. Tex, beautiful. Onto Gu. Now the Union are forced to make some desperate decisions basically here. Two players pushing up into A main. NTK getting taken down by johnqt, and you still have raafa behind, who also gets taken down by johnqt. Askia and Pank with pivot.
Can't get a decent defensive half.
Looking for a solo contact over towards B. This is holding a lot of players. So TK was going to use that recon bolt over towards Art instead, but he backs out, uses it in Art. Everyone backing away here for Union immediately. There goes the stun in the back of sight. NTK halted, lock in, lock down, going down at the same time. But this is now just patience. No, the Hunter's Fury, it's going to make them rush a little bit now. Lockdown getting taken out. And now here comes the hold. Hold from Gu doesn't work out. There's a man over in pit. raafa with a big flash. And here comes Askia. Askia from above. Only able to get one. NTK with a chance. NTK missing out of the headshot. But here we go. It's going to be Tex with the first angle off the op, but he's not actually able to do anything. The grab will in. Double off the shock dart. Here comes Valen, able to pick up the first. There goes the Hunter's Fury finally. And Valen in for the cleanup crew. Union with no chance for the defuse. And the guard finally with a little bit of pressure placed on them. They dissipated.
And Valen finding a crazy triple. The land
Contact of Askia.
Tex is going up against Askia here, and Askia won that duel.
Right there.
Everyone else from the guard not exactly going quickly. There goes the recon. Nobody making noise at the moment. Gu might get caught out, but instead it's Gu in the off angle that finds a beautiful kill onto johnqt, and there's still a whole lot more to go. Two players for Union eventually. I was going to say, where's Pank going? Pank was just watching out the mid side, but Pank finally pulls up, still has a lockdown to actually utilize the Hunter's Fury, almost getting taken away early by Valen, but Valen goes down. Trent is running into the flank of raafa. And finally, the Union.
Askia going down with the op, though, is going to hurt here in a second. And that there's no op left over. Net can grab that if he wants to. From you. They've just established A main and B long.
Oh, the Hunter's Fury going in. Everyone just running for the hills. Ned still getting taken down, but still everyone else from the guard chugging their way forward. That's a major kill, though.
Stuck here. He's null commanded. He can't get out.
And raafa can fight away, though. Doesn't matter about the null command. Same thing with Askia. Askia just continues to frag away. Big kill from Askia as now the guard are down to 2. Lockdown in their face with the Cosmic Divide from their own hands. Essentially makes
Star there as well.
He's so safe.
He smoked it?
I thought it would maybe be a pulse or a grab well, but here comes NTK, the cleanup squad. But there's the momentum. There's a try to delay Union. Tex alongside johnqt here for the hold. johnqt gonna have the first contact. He's going all the way down, though. He's getting chipped down through the smoke. He's still somehow alive. Two players over towards pit. Net going down in short. Again, still Tex, but through the smoke, through the wall. Askia finds the headshot onto Tex. johnqt with 5 HP. He's still making his life valuable. Still 2 players remaining for the guard, though. They've dwindled. Valen, Trent tapping away. Valen in the front side. It's gonna be NTK to try to hold it off first. 2 players now left in short for the Union. Valen has made it possible. Gravwell right on top of him! But Valen through the wall picks away at Gu and puts their stamp of approval on the half as they start off with a bang.
Huge. And they won't make a force here, Union. They've actually elected to just go for a sheriff fight, which they can be dangerous on.
Askia pulls up with the headshot onto Tex. Still a couple more to go, but here's the Aries. They were mentioning before, not exactly the scenario that I expected it to come out. Here's into mid.
As you can see, this is the mid-rounding decision from the Union. Not used to having to make a switch up early. Okay, nice flash there. And it finds a double. Pank might have actually given his team a lifeline.
That's B, basically. Tex, they already found him! And Pank just sweeps away at 3. Could not have looked any easier for him. Valen Yeah, at least actually gives his team a bit of a chance getting back into the round. 4 players still alive from the Union, 2 of them over towards the mid side. 1 might be making his rap, and the round is just dwindling now. Pank, 1 away now, potentially from an ace. Trent does pick up a rifle to at least give himself a chance. At least he's trying. Giving the good old college effort, even though I think he's barely college age. But raafa finally has that flank that we were expecting, but Trent is still expecting it too, and raafa, it's a bit...
Investment here towards this mid fight.
Tech's pulling up, but the guard are still looking to reinvest into it. It's a double over towards Art, inching up at the moment, and they catch Pank off guard. Oh, big battle here. Gu able to take away Valen as Askia was scrambling for a quick moment, but there is nobody for the guard over on B.
You kind of just have to get on site here. You know you've gotten the first kill here. 2 players committed towards B. Like, this should be an empty B site. But you will have raafa just clearing long, just in case. You never know. And how systematic is this? But this is buying time. The guard can get in here quickly.
Spike not down yet, but they're still very disconnected from this technically. There's still 2 players here.
It looked like expected maybe an A hit because of NTK being there.
The knife taking away the owl drone, and this is now starting to look rough for the guard. All coming in, potentially from the same angle, but Net has actually redirected himself all the way back over towards long. I think he's actually making that full wrap. Here comes the actual drop. Gu holding down the first. Still a couple more to go, but it's still even here for the guard. They find one in terms of johnqt. Still 2 more to go in terms of Union. Trent goes down, and Net, it was on this flank for quite a bit. Now the Union have essentially tracked it, knowing that no other angle has any players around the Union. Do to read just to try to call out the Union.
Yeah, you have to make these kinds of gamble stacks and hope that you can catch 1 or 2 players off.
It's better than putting out 1v1s, that's for sure. Everyone in a group, still grouped up, trying to make their way potentially back into B or try to burst out from behind a smoke. If anyone peeks this angle, they're done for, but there goes the big burst. Oh, kills actually coming back in the favor of the guard. 3 back for each team. Valen still making his way through sight, and he gets taken down by the flash and swing of raafa, but the plant still hasn't gone down. Net stepping up. Askia with the 1v1. Sharp as always. Disconnected from this A site, potentially going for a bit of a retake setup. Definitely not going for any insane first picks.
That's a really great way to bait out util. Valen just using his gravel early on. They're waiting out the null command now.
Valen, he's gonna be the one here to try to spray away. Cosmic Divide in front of the spike. Hunter's Fury almost isolates the spike, but it's actually Valen with his spray as the man tries to run back into short. Some awkward angles here for the Union. And they make it a little less awkward as they give themselves some breathing space with the lockdown.
This is where that's where they've been tasked, maintaining that art control. They put the Cosmic Divide for the plant and art control. So now the guard are starting their retake, and there's still a Hunter's Fury.
They don't check Gu. This could look real good here for the Union, but Net breaking down the angles bit by bit. There goes the flank, and there goes the rush. Pank now in a 1v4, and he gets taken down. Oh, and Tex almost gets caught off guard too. johnqt down incredibly low, and Tex's op is gone. What a kill from Askia. johnqt with 20 HP still looking away at mid, and Union, they're actually backing away. They're backing up right into Valen. Valen taking away 1, but the spike is still going into their spawn.
And he knows, he just saw the turret get pulled back, so he's expecting players on his back. Valen.
Oh, and it's Gu who takes him away, and now the Union look to finally take a clean round over the guard.
With his operator to lock down this angle over towards B long, but instantly goes down. johnqt.
I have a lot of Valorant to be played, but yeah, a little awkward to see. More awkward potentially is the op in the hands of johnqt, but for good reason. The knives in the hands of Tex, still very much volatile. Makes his name known already. He gets the first kill. The rush over towards mid. The guard have full mid control. johnqt has the op angle over on A. Union, they're giving up 1v1s.
And Valen could also be a huge linchpin here. They know the turret's been dropped there multiple times there, the guard, so that's where they wanted to punish, expecting a peek from someone off of that turret play. A 3v5 in a round like this, the guard. And a Valorant always somehow ends in an eco.
And trademark for him, but the Union Not exactly pushing the situation at the moment, not exactly trying to run into these awkward angles against these stingers, against these pistols. NTK on his lonesome. This is yet another 1v1. The knife almost taking him away instead. The double smoke's getting pulled up. NTK still bursting away at the middle of sight, but he's all the way down to 22 HP. That's a huge takeaway of the lockdown, but it's only 2 for the Union to try to take back this game. 35 seconds left. Askia with the knives, trying to burst in, trying to find someone from the air, but Net shocks Askia! And that gets them all. The guard discards.